a saw blade to bind. A safe way to cut is set up either a sheet of plywood, or you can put a couple 2x4s on the sawhorses going horizontally. And you'll want one 2x4 as well that will be parallel with your sawhorses on top of your horizontal 2x4s. The reason for this is that, say this is our piece of plywood that we want to cut. You set your 2x4 that's parallel with your sawhorses on top of your horizontal 2x4s. Underneath your piece of material that you need to cut, always have the shorter end hanging off of, up in the air, hanging off of your 2x4, and the larger piece laying flat down. And before you cut, of course, remember to set your depth so that the saw blade is only a 1/4 inch lower, deeper than the material you're cutting. Once you set that, you can begin your cut, and gravity will just naturally drop this sheet down, not causing the material to bind inwards. And of course, always remember, before cutting, you have your earplugs in, safety glasses, and a pair of cut-resistant gloves. Now that you understand what causes the saw to bind, when using sawhorses, of course, you don't want your line that you will be cutting inside the two supports. You want to slide the piece of material with the shortest end hanging over off the end so that the piece will just drop to the floor as you cut. Always make sure that you have your safety glasses and earplugs in, and of course your cut-resistant gloves, and we'll begin our cut. And as you cut, you want to keep your non-cutting arm back far enough so that if the saw, for whatever reason, were to kick back or skip off the wood, that as it comes back, it has no chance of cutting your fingers or your arm. So keep it back, firmly placed on the material, as well that helps keeping it from sliding as you cut. Push down, arm straight, and make sure that you have your cutting arm firm, as well as your wrist.